why hasn't I talked about this book earlier? I guess I tried to forget about the time when I read it, but still. Hello, I'm Remilia, and welcome to my channel. Here we talk about adventures, mostly in the form of books, both reading and writing them. I was lucky to receive an ARC of this book last summer, before it came out, but I guess it's been out a couple of months already now, so... Unexpected Wedding Guests is the debut novel of indie author Elina Holt. It's a fantasy novel with royalty, overthrowing leadership, and an addictive splash of romance. It's also the first in a series. I feel like I say this every time. The book follows Mirko, the prince of this place, son to a brutal king who ordered the execution of his own daughter. Brutal indeed. Mirko doesn't like his father's ways, which, great decision, but he also fears him enough to not go against the expectations put on him. One of those expectations is for Mirko to marry a princess. Mirko isn't really interested in this whole thing with his own wedding, which I guess fair enough, especially since there isn't any princess he's interested in. But when they hold this big ball thing with a lot of princesses and where he's supposed to choose one, and the princess from the enemy kingdom shows up, Mirko is kind of dragged into or roped into her plans to overthrow his father. And with her is someone who brings out things in Mirko, things he shouldn't feel, especially not for the person these feelings are aimed at. And cue one of the cutest romances I've read maybe ever, and like, this is the addicting splash of romance. Oh, I love them so much. I'm not joking when I say that I binged this book every possible moment I could. I used to sit on the floor beside the bed and read it before work, when I got home, even during my lunch break, and I even got up to read before work. Like I said, I received an ARC copy for this, and I did post my review on time and did those things, but I didn't post about it on my own platforms, and I even have a picture ready. I should probably post it. I just never got around to it, and the reason for it is pretty simple, because when I received this book, when I found this author, when I read it, I was in a place I didn't want to be in. And when I got away from it, I kind of left everything about that behind me. I still love this book though, and I remember like thinking about it while at work, even after I've read it. It was one of those stories and those kinds of characters that just made their own scenarios in my head when I was at work. So this book is still very dear to me. I recently got to read a bonus chapter and it all kind of came back. Not the negative things, but just the love for these characters. And I feel like this book deserves to be talked about more. The cover is beautiful and the story is amazing and the characters are mwah. I really love them. Like, I was giggling and kicking my feet with this. I would say that the romance in this book is on par with my favorite book of 2023, Arrival Most Vile. And I know the author is working on the upcoming books in this series, and this is her debut, and I think it can only go uphill from here. So there is a cliffhanger in the book. Just a warning. I really like this book, and I would really recommend it if you like this kind of story. If you're only here for like tentacle smut, maybe it's not the book for you, but if you like fantasy, like royalties and cute romance, I could not recommend this book enough. Thank you so much for watching, have a great adventure, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!